Orcas, which are enormous predators, display surprising intelligence and meticulous planning for each hunt. They hunt in groups and adapt their strategies based on the prey they are pursuing. For example, to capture a shark, they disorient it with air bubbles, while to capture schools of small fish, they create a kind of bubble carousel. However, when it comes to whales, the attack follows a brutal and effective scheme, with orcas taking turns pushing, biting, and pulling the whale by its pectoral fins to exhaust the prey, even if there is a significant size difference between them. This can be likened to the effort of several medium-sized dogs attacking simultaneously and eventually drowning the whale. Speaking of whales, they vary greatly in size, with some of them, especially the younger ones, not being much larger than orcas themselves. But imagine facing a blue whale, considered the largest creature to have ever inhabited our planet, with over 170 tons in weight. Even orcas prefer not to engage with these giants, opting to primarily hunt whale calves. This preference is so common that whales of different species sometimes unite to protect each other's calves from orcas. This happens because orcas know what happens to the prey, and with them, the tongues of the whales are especially valued, leaving the rest of the carcass for other animals. The same goes for sharks, whose livers are prized by orcas due to the nutritious substances they contain. However, not all marine animals become easy prey for orcas. For example, sperm whales have a formidable defense against these predators. The males of these whales, with their heavy and powerful tails, are capable of delivering potentially deadly blows. The exact strength of these blows is still unknown, but an adult sperm whale weighs about 80 tons, which is approximately 10 times the size of a classic double-decker bus. Faced with a sperm whale, orcas have no chance, especially if the sperm whale is more aggressive and intelligent. Although most whales are gigantic in size, intelligence varies, and orcas are undoubtedly at the top of the scale when it comes to intelligence. Have you ever wondered who else could defeat an orca? I thought about giant squids, but they would also be on the orcas menu. Saltwater crocodiles, with their incredible bite force and thick skin, are a possibility, but their jaws simply do not open wide enough to bite something as large as an orca. Do you have any ideas? Share them in the comments, and we will certainly read and consider. As I mentioned earlier, these marine predators have various proven hunting techniques depending on the prey and the environment. Seals often come out of the water and rest on blocks of ice, unaware of the threats that surround them. This means they can relax, gently swaying on the waves. However, orcas are too heavy to climb onto the ice blocks and catch a seal directly. But they have a trick up their sleeves. They can call their colleagues for help. Several of these predators line up and charge together towards the ice block, creating a wave that simply knocks the prey off. It's a horrific spectacle where the seal finds itself in trouble in the cold water. Now all the orca needs to do is grab the seal in the water, which is not a difficult task for them, as they do it all the time. Sometimes, however, the prey manages to climb back onto the ice. In that case, the attack with the giant wave is repeated time and time again, until no one is in a hurry. It's a demonstration of the patience and persistence of these incredible marine creatures. As you may have already noticed, orcas are incredibly intelligent and relentless predators. And it's not just that. They have a more playful and peculiar side, playing in a way that can be somewhat strange. They play with their prey quite literally, as if they were toys, tossing them repeatedly. Sometimes, it seems like training, a way to keep their hunting skills sharp. On other occasions, it's almost like a show, perhaps a demonstration for the next generation. And, occasionally, the playfulness is simply because they are bored. And it's not just seals that undergo this treatment. It could be a stingray, a turtle, or, believe it or not, even a penguin. Penguins are a favorite delicacy of orcas. Unlike other creatures on the menu, they can't just fly away. They need to seek refuge on solid land, but even land is no guarantee of safety. If an orca decides it wants a penguin for dinner, it goes after the goal without hesitation. Sea lions, which spend much of their time on land, may seem like a challenge or a perfect prey for orcas to play with. Sometimes, these orcas get so close to the shore that they almost come out of the water to grab a snack, chasing it onto the land and leaving it with few options to escape. It seems somewhat out of the ordinary, considering that the ocean offers an abundance of other prey without the need to violate the laws of nature and venture onto land. Furthermore, orcas are incredibly agile and fast, reaching speeds of up to 55 kilometers per hour. Their bite force is astonishing, reaching about 19,000 psi, which is almost 5 times stronger than a white shark's bite. These physical characteristics alone would make them the supreme predators of the oceans, but they are also social animals that live in family groups. These groups of orcas, primarily composed of mothers, children, and grandchildren, work in harmony and communicate through a variety of sounds, such as clicks, whistles, and pulsed calls. Echolocation is a remarkable skill of orcas, allowing them to locate prey from a distance of over 150 meters and even identify the type of fish at a distance. Each group of orcas has its own dialect and culture, making them cultural species. Orcas have also developed unique hunting techniques, such as intentional beaching to capture clumsy sea lions and even hunting great white sharks, striking them to stun them before flipping them over and inducing tonic immobility. These abilities demonstrate the exceptional intelligence of orcas and their ability to learn and transmit knowledge from generation to generation. A notable example is the orcas off the coast of Argentina, which intentionally beach themselves during high tide and calm seas to capture sea lions. They ride a wave until they are close enough to the sand to catch these clumsy animals transitioning from land to sea. When sea lions realize the presence of orcas, they try to beach themselves quickly. The orca holds the sea lion in its mouth, both to feed and to share with other group members. The intentional beaching technique is incredibly complex, and mistakes in the movements can result in permanent beaching or even death. And you? Do you think orcas are the true rulers of the ocean? Or can they be defeated by the large whales? Tell us in the comments. I want to know your opinion. And we've already made another video about orcas on our channel. Stay with God and go watch.